Welcome along and welcome to the first look at the Andersen DLC. I'm really excited about this. Thank you very much to Giant Software for giving me early access to this and letting me have this first look. You guys are brilliant. And yeah, let's have a look at it. It's really well equipped. Lots of pieces of equipment here, lots to work on, mainly around the baling and an animal's side. A couple of forestry pieces of equipment, one of them which is really exciting, and we're going to have a look at one point. We're basically going to go, we've got this whole setup here in Felsbrunn where we can go through and test all these. So we're going to go test and work through every piece of equipment. Before we do that, let's have a quick walk around and have a look at them. So this is the Andersen Stack Pro. This, I do have the model number around here somewhere. No, I think that's just the Stack Pro. We'll go through the shop as well. So we've got the Stack Pro. That is more of a traditional stacker that we've seen in games. So that does vertical bales. Whereas this here, this is the Andersen TSR 3450. And this is very different in that you can see it doesn't have the vertical stacking. It pushes the bales out the back. I'm really interested to see how this works and have a go with this. So yeah, two square bale stackers. So they're both square bale stackers. Then here we have the Andersen RBM Pro 2000. This is the one that we've seen in various videos and things with the grabber. This is a silage. This is a stacker capable of doing silage bales in real life. And yeah, really pleased to see one of those. Something a little bit more realistic as far as stacking silage bales with one of these things. So very much looking forward to trying that out. And then here's its sibling, the RBM 2000. So this has a more traditional sled on it to pick up bales. And again, this one, like both of these, in fact. Are slightly different in that they push the bales out the back, so you get long rows of bales rather than a high stack. Really pleased to see that in FarmSim and make for far more realistic round bale stacks to what I've seen before. So really good to see those. And then here we have the bale wrapper. This is the Andersen RB580, and yeah. We'll go. As I said, we're going to go through the shop, but all of it has the 4 wrap colours, all of the wrapping stuff in here. So it's got the white, the black, the pink, and the green. We've got black on here, so we're going to be doing black bales with this. And then we come to the first of the extractors. This is the IFX 720. This is the one that's only capable of doing round bales. So the two of them here are. The second one we're going to get onto in a minute is slightly more expensive and can do both round and square bales. But yeah, this is only capable of doing round bales. We are going to try out both of these, of course. And then here we have the Hybrid X tractor. This is the one that's capable of doing square and round bales. And we've got the white wrap on this for the purposes of this demonstration video. So yeah, really excited. I'm really want to have a go with those. Those just look like two fantastic pieces of equipment. Then we come on to our 2 feed wagons. So the first up is the A950 Smart Mix. This is the bigger of the two. And then we've got its baby brother, the Smart Mix A700. Good to see a really big mixer wagon. In fact, I think both of these are bigger than the standard in-game one. So very happy to see these in. And I know people who have bigger cow farms, bigger cattle farms, will be very pleased to see both of these come into the game. Then we have the Andersen Pro Chop 150. This is a round bale chopper, straw bale chopper, for blowing and blower for doing animals. There's not one of these standard in game either. There is a mod that was released early on, but there's not one of these as a standard game vehicle or piece of equipment. So good to see that as well. Then we have the bit that has really got me excited, and we will get on to demonstrating this in this video at some point. But this is the Andersen BioBaler. This adds a whole new bale to the game. Yeah, sorry, the BioBaler WB55 adds a whole new bale to the game. And yeah, really excited to give that a try out in a minute. And then, oh yes, and to go with that, we've got the front bumper here. We're going to try and push some poplars down with this, see whether it is just for show or whether it does have a function. It would be really cool if it is functional, this bumper. I've not seen it doing anything yet, so looking forward to trying that out. And then finally, we have a new log trailer. This is the Andersen M160, and we're going to give that a try out as well. So we're basically going to go and try out each of these bale stackers first, bring back a load of bales with them, and then we're gonna wrap some as well. In fact, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get our little bale wrapper here. We're going to hook that up to New Holland's T6, which we have here, and we're just going to go and wrap some bales that we have prepared on our field. So I did a load of grass bales. I've got them all ready to be picked up. Well, we got grass, we got hay, and we got straw. So we're going to be trying all three of them. All three types. So we'll take this and we're just going to head over this way. So we're going to head down the far side of field 21 here and just try wrapping some bales with this. It's a fairly standard bale wrapper by the looks of things. Unfolds in the normal way, and you pick up. And I'm intrigued to see how it drops the bales. Nice bit of animation on it though. That is a bit of animation we've not seen before. Wrapping, the wrap in FS19 looks absolutely brilliant. So we're going to wrap 2 or 3 of these, or probably half a dozen actually. We'll wrap 6 of these, and it's got a nice animation to it. It looks good. There's a good bit of a really nice look to it, and nice and efficient. So let's unload that, if I can find the key. Unload round bale is Y, like so, and then that just drops it down like that, which in itself is interesting, because yeah, we're then going to come along and we're going to pick these up. So what I want to do is I want to try and group them in 2s if we can, although we don't need to actually for this, but it's good to do. So I'm going to wrap a few of these, and we'll come back and then we'll go and get the bale trailer. But at the moment, looking really nice. Okay, so I've done 2 sets of 3 bales here. So we've got one on there, and yeah, 2 sets of 3 bales here. Let's unload this, and yeah, look at that unloading animation, very nice. So we're going to fold this up, take it back, and then once we've done that, we're going to go get one of our bale trailers, one of our bale stackers, and try that out. And the one we're going to try out, of course, is going to be the RBM 2000 Pro, because it can pick up the round bales or the silage bales. So let's hook that up like so. And this is again, this is a nice looking bale stacker. Really intrigued to see how this loads and unloads bales. I think it's going to be one of those things that looks really, really nice. And there's something that I want to try with bales off this as well, because we're looking to because one of the features that gets added by this. Let's see if we can. There we go. Oh, let's not hit the round bale. There we are. So yeah, so we've got a bale grab going out like that. And if we line up here, we should be able to see the whole animation that we're picking up. Like that. There we go. So nicely in, over, and on. And it will basically, yeah, goes through each bale and does that. Now, of course, what it does is then it puts the 3rd one on the top. So we'll have a look at it doing that as well. But really, really nice animation of that going in there. And then onto the top like that. Look at that. Wow. That is so cool. That is really, really nice. I love that. And yeah, so we now have triple stacks like that, which takes a lot of effort out of doing round bale stuff. Really, really useful bit of kit this. I'm very much liking it. Trying to stack round bales before has been a bit of a pain at times. So it's a nice piece of equipment to have. And I love the way it throws it out and it nicely shifts into position. Works really, really well for that. So there we go. So that is 6 bales, nice and easy and painlessly stacked on the back of here. And this can take, so this has got 25% on here. So with that, quick calculation in my head is 24 bales that we can put on this, which is really, really nice. Very, very cool, that. So let's drop these off here and let's see how this works to unload. So unloading, we want to come to the back and we will bring up the menu. So the same way as normal, unload the bales is Y, and it comes like that. And then it tips backwards, and look at that. Right, so it drops right down. And then, yeah, unload bales here. And then look, so the push comes down. So the pusher comes down from that end, and it's just going to push them off the end, which is absolutely brilliant. I think we might have to drive forward a little bit. So I think all of our bales are going to work in that way. There we are. Absolutely perfect. And then, of course, we just then fold it all back up. Nice capacity of 24 bales. I'm really pleased to see that. Previously, I think the largest we've been able to get on a trailer like this is 18. So good to see that. Of course, this pretty much, with the way this grabs bales, I don't know. One quick test. We have some straw bales over here. Is I want to see if this will pick up a straw bale that isn't on its side. If there's a straw bale that isn't on its side, will it actually pick that up? Or will it have a problem? It does. So it does turn it and pick it up. So that's all good. So that's how that works. Personally, I think I would, with the way I like to play, I would use separate stackers for silage and straw and things like that. To me, the way that flips is not a realistic thing, and it just makes more sense for me to use the other one. Right, so we're going to go and try out its baby brother now. So the RBM 2000. This, of course, is designed for straw and hay bales. So we're going to go and get 6 straw and 6 hay on this and have a look at how this works. And this will be a lot quicker job, really, than the wrapping was. And yeah, look, that's nice. Nice big area that captures that. And it just easily works its way into there. And I'm liking that very, very much. That works brilliantly. Really? Nice bit of animation up to the top. And just a really good bit of kit. This, again, we're looking at 25. So we're looking at another 24 bales off this one as well. We'll be up at, let's see, that's 20%, no, 24 bales, there we go. Yeah, so 25%, so 24 bales off this as well. Again, I really love the stacking on it. And we'll go and get some grass bales with this in a moment as well, because we want to try out both of the extractors. There we go, and unload. So same again, it just pushes them to the end. And then just pushes them off. That's interesting. Now that didn't unload. Whoa! Wow! So, that's interesting. That failed to unload properly. We're going to try that again, just to check that it wasn't me being a bit strange and it not working. That may be a bug that we discovered early on. Which is interesting. So this is part of the reason why I wanted to try this out. Wanted to try it working. It may be that that there is an issue with this particular piece of equipment. So grab 6 more bales. There we go. Right, so there we are. again. So this is why I want to go through all the pieces of equipment on this, and we're only going to do a small number of bales with each, just sort of give a quick demonstration. But that was very interesting there, that this didn't seem to unload properly. So we're going to give it another go, and I'm going to use the keyboard because I used the controls on my control panel then to unload. We will try this with the keyboard key, which should make no difference at all. We're a little bit of a slope this time, but that shouldn't make any difference. Right. No. Wow. Okay. That's a little bit broken. So yeah, there is a bit of an issue straight off the bat. The animation is broken on the extractor. Not on the extractor, sorry, the RBM at 2000. That's a pity. That is unfortunate, that really. I really like how it does the stacking, but yeah. So we're going to go and use our more traditional stacker now. We're going to go and pick up some hay bales with this. Because we don't need any more straw. We're going to need some hay and some grass, what we're doing. So let's unfold this. Now this, I'm hoping, is going to be a really nice animation as well. The difference on this is the way this picks up. This has the grab, so we're going to zoom in here and have a look at that. And it slides in there, and that is, I really love the look of that. That is just really, really nice. And again, we're 6 hay bales up here, just to sort of give you guys an idea of how it looks and how it works. There we go. And one more. Very nice. Very, very nice animation on that. So two more bales, sorry. We can't. Right, I know we have made that round that corner. Let's see what the pickup is like. So the pickup it's got a nice wide angle on its pickup. We could really do with a bale bumper in this. The lack of a bale bumper is not great, but that is working well. So that one does work. The Stack Pro is much more of a more traditional bale stacker, as you can see, and works well. Works really quite brilliantly. So we're going to go and put this stack of bales over here. Yeah, and that is a pity about that other one. So that is now unloading. There we go, and that then holds it there. And it's much more traditional stack of bales going onto here. Yeah, and so that will go quite high because 6 is 37%. So actually, no, that's a more traditional stacker in every sense of the term. In that it basically holds as many bales. 37% of 6 bales gives us, it's just over a third. So yeah, it's about 18 bales. Maybe 16 bales only on this. We will check in the shop in a little while, and we're just going to go and get some grass bales with its brother, or with the other one, actually, I should say. So this is the Asus Group TSR3450, and we're going to connect this up. We're going to get 6 grass bales with this and see how this does to pick up grass bales. What we're going to get then is we're going to get our extractors out. We're going to try wrapping some round bales and some square bales and see how that does. So if we unfold this and head down the field. So it's these ones, the square bale ones, do work more nicely with how you actually bale. So you have to go up and down the same path as you did when you were baling, whereas of course the other one doesn't. That is really nice. I love how it's got this the bit that's sort of raised to put the first bale on. And look at that. So up and over and in, and then it drops it down. That is absolutely brilliant. get the next one. There we go. Up and over. Like so. Very, very nice animation on this. And it works well. Yeah, see it places it at the top and then lowers it down. It's just so smooth. And so this then gives you the opportunity to put a long row of bales down rather than a high stack of bales. So I don't know which I prefer. I think for round bales, I think I prefer the other way, which is part of the reason why the other stacker not unloaded properly. I think I'm a little bit disappointed about. That is an issue, and I will tell Giants about that. I will let Giants know as soon as I once I finish recording this. So let's unload this. Right, and see if it works on this. So there we have the same issue. Those are gonna fly. Yep. Those are gonna fly. So that's disappointing. To have two of the items in the DLC not working properly is yeah. That is a disappointment for me. I wish that wasn't the case. I really do. And there's no getting away from that. That's a fairly big disappointment for me. Right. So we need to move on. We need to get onto something nice and cool, something that we can test and have some fun with now. And that would be the first of our extractors, the IFX720. Now this, what we're going to do is we're going to put each of these over here so that I can show you the full way in which they work. So you basically, the way these work is you drop it off, you come away, because we're going to come back with our telehandler. Right, and we're going to jump into it. So if we just head back over here quickly. Jump in. There we go. Sounds a little bit like a motorbike. Unfold it. There we go. And what I think I'm going to do, I don't know if this will work without, actually, because we've not got automatic engine start on. I'm intrigued to see if this works without automatic engine start on, because it's a problem that we have, that we've had with things like the wood chipper. So the wood chipper doesn't actually work if you haven't got automatic engine start turned off, so that you can leave the engine on. We are gonna head in cab for this. Get us a bale out of our pile that's gone a bit doolally there, and see if we can put this into the extractor and see if it works, because it may be that, that we have to turn that off. So this goes in here like so. It is loading it in, and there we go. So we're going to have a look at that. That is extending it through, and there we go. So yeah, that is ready for the next one. So it basically, that's what you do. You go through and do that. So let's add 2 more bales into this, and then we can. But then we got a little tube out of it, and that looks quite good. I was hoping that this was going to be easier to get off the stack, but obviously it isn't because of an explosion. So this is going to test all of my stacking skills. I don't normally use one of these telehandlers. I wanted to use it on here because, yeah, it was different. Something that I hadn't done one of my videos before. There we go. So that's the second one loaded in, pushed down, and then it goes through, and it wraps again to the halfway point. So one more, and then we'll unload that and we'll have a look at it. And this should instantly turn into silage, as Farmson does. One more. There we go. Right, and finally, out There it is. So what we should have after that is this sort of doing that there, throwing up, pop into it, and we go. So we go unload bales is R, so it then pushes it out, wraps the end up, and moves out of the way. And that is basically it for that. So that is a great little tool. I think we are gonna have to use one of those. I'm really impressed by that. It's a nice new function in the game, and it's a new function that works nicely. Works really nicely. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up to the other one now, and we're going to test this with square balers. It does square bales. It does do round bales, but to be honest, I think unless you're doing a mix of bales on your farm, you're going to use the other one for round bales. It's a lot cheaper, I think, to run, or a lot cheaper to purchase and run, and so it makes more sense to do that. So we'll take this roughly up to where the other one was. There we go. Drop it off. Jump out of our mana 2 and then open it up. There we go. And there it is. All up and running. So it seems the engine only needs to run if you're doing, if you're actually moving. It's not one of those, it's not an engine that runs if you, in order for the equipment to work. Or it might be in real life, it just doesn't work that way in Farm Sim. Right, there we go. So let's get 3 square bales into this one. So, right, so it should go into here like this. Now that's intriguing. Have I got these? I have not got these the wrong way around, I don't think. Why is that not taking that? Yeah, that is. This is definitely the big brother. This is definitely the hybrid extractor. Does this have a? It doesn't seem to have a setting to make it wider. So what is there something in the shop that does this? But that is certainly not going to take that bale at all. Unless I've got it wrong and it goes in lengthways, which is a possibility. But I thought they went in, no, they did go in sideways. Let's have a quick look in the shop. So I wasn't going to pop into the shop yet. But this is one of those things. Ooh, baling technology, please. And we will go, as I said, we will go through this in the shop properly. So it takes, yeah, so the hybrid extractor takes both square and round bales. There's no configuration for it. So, why are we having issues? That does not want to go in there. That is too wide. Okay, so let's try it the other way around. Let's see if it will go in. Which is, I'm sure the demonstrations did not have it working in that way. To me, actually, no, the widths do not look different. So let's give it another try. Okay. Right, that is just odd. That bale got smaller to go into there. So that is really, really strange. That seems to be a very difficult piece of equipment to load, to be honest. These bales, these are standard bales. These are created by the Kuhn baler in-game. And yet, they don't seem to go into that piece of kit properly. We will see if we can load it again. Because as I said, I am There may be something I'm doing wrong. I'd be surprised if there was. It just seems to not want to load. But look at that. That is definitely a bigger bale than fits in this piece of kit. There we go. So it does... you cannot place these bales into it. So unlike the round baler, the round baler one is fantastic. I love it. I am less happy about the hybrid. It seems to have been built smaller than it should be to me, because the round bale one, you can actually place the round bales in and pull back out and get a feel for the whole thing. Whereas this, I mean, if we zoom in, it really is. You clip through everything. So yeah, that's a bit of a disappointment for me. I kind of wish that worked better. The fact that it doesn't is a bit of a disappointment to me. Yeah. Okay, so let's unload this. So unload bales as R, and again that will then push us backwards. So it looks nice. It looks great. If you want to do square bales with these, fantastic. Honestly, I think I will be sticking with this one. The round bales, the way the round bales work on it, much nicer to the way the square bales work on the other. So let's jump back in our T6 here, like so, and we are going to get one of the feed mixers. Now, I'm based on the issues we've had so far with some of this, I am going to try out both of the feed mixers. I was tempted originally just to go, you know, feed mixers work the same, but this very much is a case of things have not worked the same between the two very similar pieces of equipment. So let's have a quick look. Let's put in this, and I haven't got the vehicle fruit extension, which is something actually I feel is a mod that is still very useful, even with the 1.3 update. And what we're going to do actually is I want to try something with a silage bale here. So with this silage bale, I'm going to see if I can unwrap this single silage bale. It would be very nice. Objects too heavy, no. So one of the things that is introduced with this that adds a little more realism is the ability to unwrap your tubes, your silage tubes. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that extends to silage bales. Ooh. That is quite a high size. That's okay. We have so that will not work with a skid steer. Right, so that has gone in. Silage bale has gone in there, and that is mixing up nicely. So we're going to put some. You can put just silage and hay in. This is a grass bale, so that will not work. We want a hay bale, which is why we have these here. Yeah, so the stackers have been a bit disappointing. The Hybrid X it works, but it doesn't work as nicely as I'd hope it would. It's definitely smaller than the actual bales are, and then has sort of that bit of a jerky animation. So that is unfortunate as well. Right, and we need a straw bale as well. So yeah, you can do mixed ration without a straw bale. I tend to use straw bales for mixed rations simply because it's often quite easier to come by straw bales. It's much easier to come by straw bales than it is hay or silage bales. And hay and silage bales both sell for more than straw bales. Right, so the 3 bales has given us 50%. So yeah, each bale of course being 4,000. We have more straw, so this isn't mixed ration, so that is interesting. More straw than we need, which means that we do need to put in another bale of. Well, let's unwrap one of these silage bales then, and have a look at this. So we should be able to go R and cut open bale. There we go. We'll take our mana tool and put a bit more silage into this. So yeah, a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio does not work. You do more of the silage and hay than you do of the straw. So probably be, yeah. That is the thing. That is interesting. It means you can't do one. You can't do one of each, as has happened before. I do like those new silage bales. Those are a nice addition. Those are. I just hope so. Actually, it's a pity it's part of the DLC because it won't be able to be done. But I really would quite hope that somebody could make unwrap, an unwrapped normal bales bit. That would be good. Right, so we should have a tip side on this. We do. We currently have it set to left, so we'll turn it to right, and let's tip. We'll have a look at the animation for that. There it goes. So good animation, working well. Yeah, I like that. I don't want to do too much because we want to try the other one. But yeah, that has worked well. So I'm quite happy with that smart mix. That is a good piece of kit. Let's have a look at the A900 instead. Or A950, sorry, instead. So same again. Gonna attach this up and get this loaded as well. And this is a much bigger capacity. So while the other one holds 24,000 litres, this one we're expecting to hold a much bigger amount. And these are, I'm really liking the look of the size bale. So these are, of course, the second new bale that the DLC adds. But as I said, I really hope. I think the problem with that, actually, with somebody doing a mod of it, is the fact that the silage, the unwrapped silage bale itself, is a bale that is added by the DLC. So yeah, you'd have to create your own unwrapped silage bales to get that to work, which is a big pity. We had a similar sort of thing in FS17 with wrapped square bales, in that because they were something that was added in the Coon DLC, you couldn't then have the there we go. You couldn't then have wrapped square bales unless you did them yourself, unless you programmed it yourself. So that was the problem. There we go. So silage bales in, which is good. And then let's go and get ourselves a straw bale and a hay bale. Like so. And see how well this one works too. And round one last bale. Just grab ourselves a hay bale here. Wait. No, that is not that tightly on the end of this. That's alright. We only need to, thankfully, because of the way these well, I was going to say thankfully because of the way these things load, it didn't matter so much, but that's alright. We're going to do it realistically anyway. There we go. So that is all filled now. Let's hook this up and away we go. And again, we're going to tip side right. And away we go. Total mixed ration. On. Why is that hurting? That I think is not a case of this. Yeah, that is a case of me going too far over. But that is working well. Empty nicely. Let's stop it there. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, so this takes about 30,000 litres, as I said. We're going to go through the shop again and have a look at what it is. But yeah, that is working very, very nicely. Be able to turn it off. Right, and park it up. So the last bit we have to do this before we get to the bio baler. And I realise this video is going on a little while now, but there's a lot to look at. Really is a huge amount to look at. Is this, and we will then hit the bio baler and hit the forestry. I may put a link in the description for this, for sort of where to jump to, I think, if you want to look at a certain bit. So let's unfold this. There we go. And we want to go and get ourselves a round straw bale, which thankfully we do have. Put that in. So that was opening. It stopped because of where of the fact that I jumped out of the tractor, not because of a fault with it. It should be open just enough. Ooh, I need to drop this bale into it. It's always a pretty good way to go, because otherwise I do find with these in general they tend to roll out the back. So let's fold that up, and we just need to find out where. There's where we do this. So we want to approach this from the other way. No, probably want to approach this from this way. So there we go. So it should blow the straw this way here. There we go. Okay. So that's interesting. That does not unfold. Is there an unfold for it? Okay. So it folds. You can fold that up and down. So I folded it up with Kenn. So I need to go and reassign that in my controls. But then there we go. So it does open that way, and it's adjustable, which is really quite nice. I do like that. I kind of wonder, does it? No, you don't have you can't turn it, but you can adjust it up and down. So that is a nice feature to that. That is very cool. And that sorts our cows. Right, so there we go. That is all of the animal stuff out of the way. Let's go and get the bit that people really like to see. And to do that, we can't use our T6 here. Our T6 does not have enough power. It requires about 200 horsepower. So that is why we have the John Deere. Right, and up and round. And put this up. There we go. Nope, didn't quite get that. There we are. Right, so we do have a field of poplars over here, and we're going to try driving into it first. See if pushing the poplars down has any effect with this front bit. I kind of hope it does, or we may end up. We haven't got the prop structure on, so I don't know if that would affect it as well. But over this way, we do have a field of poplars ready for us. So, do we have to fold it out? No. It is turned on, so that's good. What I'm going to do is turn around and start driving into the poplars with it behind us. So if we drop our baler down, we don't have access to this land, that's fine. We do have access to this land. So that pushes them down. I don't know if that is the proper way to use that, but certainly that pushes them below the tractor. It is creating wood chip bales, which is pretty cool, but that certainly seems to be, one way of doing it. I'm wondering actually if it's also a gathering thing. So what I'm going to do now is try and find the control to J and A. No, shift. There we go. So we're going to turn around and go the other way. And I think I was absolutely doing that the wrong way there. What it should do, as we turn around here, is push those bits in. So as we go around here, yeah, I can only think, because it is pulling it towards it. So yeah, I can only think that that's what it does. And there we go, we're 100%, so let's unload and have our first look at one of our Witchy bales. And there it is. So that is basically, now they do roll. One of the things I've liked in Farm Sim, oh right, that's it. Same as any other baler. If you forget to close the back, it will continue to run, of course, and cause an issue and start. And if you've got a crop destruction, of course, it'll destroy the crop. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the bumper does. I'm not sure of how effective it is. We've got a fairly unusual setup here. So turn it the other way. We'll get another bale out. But yeah, that bale definitely seems to roll a lot easier than the other ones, the hay and the straw bales, which is kind of to be expected. But I'm liking it. It's working well. It's working brilliantly. So we need to pick up one of these wood chip bales and have a look. But yeah, certainly the bumper I can only see working if you're sort of driving over the top of it. It doesn't seem to have much use beyond that. Does it have a use to push? It's supposed to push bales? No. Doesn't have a use for that either. So yeah, I'm liking this bio baler. I'm going to have to do some more work with it. I'm going to have to try it out some more. It does work very, very nicely. So let's take this back and we'll turn it off. Here we are, still doing stuff. Pick it up. Yeah, that works really, really nicely. Again, another item I'm going to have to alter my control panel for because I don't have control to make that swing back. But that works really, really well. And then finally, one more piece of equipment to try out, and that is our logging trailer. So drop this off, hook this up, and we'll head up to our logging area to give it a try out. I'm not going to bother taking the front bumper off. No point in doing that. Right, so I've set up some groups of logs up here. I'm going to use the longer ones I cut. Wait, there we go. There we are. Right, so we can use this from the trailer in the same way as you can. There's no extending arm on this, interestingly. Wow, that is very sharp. Let's move that across, see if we can pick up a log or two. There we go. We did get one. And that the way that arm works, I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that. Yeah, that is quite a thing, really. Yeah, that sort of just whips out at that point, and you kind of go, wow, that's a bit extreme. Right, so let's lift it up. There we go. There we go. Successful. Yeah, it's very weird how you get height on this. Not at all not one of the easier things that I've used. I'm then drop a log on. We're only going to do one log because it would take too long for too many, but that works. And then, as always, we do have the ability to strap them down. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. That works as a locking trailer. I'm not sure I'd use it over the other one. The lack of an extension and the sort of the sudden whip of the arm at the middle. It's a little bit of a weird one to use. To me, not a highlight of this DLC. But not a low light either. There unfortunately are a couple of other bits that have taken that position. But yeah, so that basically is the functionality of everything. Let's have a quick look in the shop and go through and see what everything costs and what everything is. So easiest way is for us to go through Andersen. So the IFX 720 extractor is £30,000, requires 13 horsepower, has maximum speed of 3 miles an hour, and takes only round bales. The hybrid extractor, or actually just have a look, only thing that is editable is the foil colour. The Andersen Hybrid X extractor, 34,900, 20 horsepower requirement, 3 miles an hour, takes round and square bales, and again, only the foil colour is editable. Nice, but slightly disappointing on how it loads. The A700 requires 120 horsepower, takes 23,472 litres. So I was slightly off on that, and that explains the weirdness with the single straw bale. It takes basically everything you would expect to make mixed Russian and mixed Russian. If we go into the details, no customization on that at all. The A950 forage mixer, that is 145 horsepower, 29,393, so just shy of 30,000 litres. Again, takes everything you need to make forage and the forage itself. And again, no customizations. No, I don't. I want to go back, please. Right, on to the next one. The Pro Chop 150, £37,000, 80 horsepower, can take up to 2 bales, which is interesting. Didn't see a lot of evidence of that when we loaded it. So, yeah, that would be something I think to try going forwards. Takes only straw, and again, only in fact, no customizations on that. I thought the wheels were customizable, but they are not. The Andersen RB 580, 19,500, takes grass bales, specifically grass bales, and just has the foil color that can be edited. We've got the Andersen RBM 2000. This is for 50,300. This, unfortunately, is the one that we saw the unloading not working on. 130 horsepower, 24 bales, as we surmised, and it takes any type of round bale. The RBM Pro 2000. Oh, sorry, should say. There are customizations on the wheels on the RBM 2000. You can have Michelin or Trelleborg tyres. No change other than just the standard wheels with that. The Andersen RBM Pro 2000 for 72,200 requires 130 horsepower, 24 bales, and again takes any type of round bale, especially good for the collection of silage bales. Again, only thing that's editable is the tyres. Then we have the Stack Pro 7200 for 89,000. Requires 175 horsepower, can take a total of 16 bales, and takes any kind of square bale. That again can have either Trelleborg or Michelin tyres as its customizations. And then you have the TSR 3450 for 57,000, 130 horsepower, 14 bales, and again any type of square bale. Fortunately, like the round bale version of this, has an unloading problem. That is again Trelleborg or Michelin tyres. You got the Andersen bumper for 1,500. Goes with the Baler WB 55. But this tool poppers can be pushed down to be taken by the biobaler. So I can only think that this, with this on the front, means you can drive straight through. And I think testing that with crop destruction on would be interesting. See if it actually alters the poplars. And that has no customizations. And then we have the Baler WB55, 99,500, 200 horsepower requirement, 2,000 litres in any of the bales, and goes working speed of 4 miles an hour, can go with the bumper, and produces wood chip bales. We customise that, again, standard or wide tyres. Like the wide tyre look on this. Really, really nice that. And then finally we have the Andersen M160 for £19,000. That is basically just for transporting logs. It has no customizations. Yeah, it's a decent little wood trailer, not an expensive one. Interestingly, how does that compare, just quickly, with the standard in-game one? So actually, it's notably cheaper. I can forgive the issues I have with it, actually, because 54,000 for the standard bale trailer versus 90 the standard log trailer versus 19 for one of the DLC. Yeah, if you want a cheap little log trailer, absolutely brilliant. Worth grabbing that. So there we have it. That is the Andersen DLC for Farming Simulator 19. I am impressed with most of it. I'm very disappointed with 2 bits. The 2 bale trailers that don't unload properly. Those are a big disappointment to me. The baler is lovely. The other bale stackers here, the ones that do work, are brilliant, and I really, really love those. The mixing wagons, again, great for larger farms. The little straw blower, brilliant. The price, I really, really have changed my tune on this, having seen the price difference between that and the standard in-game one. Really, really good to see something that's available for lower end farms. So all in all, do I think this DLC is worth the money? Yeah, I do. I think that the good in it vastly outweighs the bad, and the bad that does exist in it is something that can be patched and fixed. And also there are alternatives that exist to cover it in the